Don, do you know what the prearranged signal is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Claire, do you know what the signal is?
Signal for what?
Well, a few moments ago you were hypnotized and told that shortly after awakening you would be given a signal which would put you back to sleep again. Now do you remember?
No.
I don't.
You're awake, aren't you?
Yes.
I think so.
Well, let's try a few things to see whether we can identify the signal. Is it that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
How do you feel about that?
No.
Well, watch this.
No, it's not that.
Are you sound asleep, Claire? Don, are you sound asleep?
Yes.
Now I'm going to tell you something that happened to you when you were 6 years old. One day, when you were walking through the park on your way home from school, you found a small red purse, which you recognized as belonging to one of your little friends. The purse contained 2 shiny coins. You knew that the right thing to do was to return the purse and money to your little chum, and that was your intention. But when you passed by the candy store, the temptation was too great. You stepped inside and bought your favorite kind of gum with the money. Worried, you threw the purse away. You thought that you could hide the gum at home, but your mother caught you with it. When she asked where you got it, you were so confused that you said you found it. Your mother took the gum away from you. She said that you could have it back when you told her the truth. You were so worried that you never talked about the incident again. You felt that you had not only stolen the money, but lied to your mother. This worry continues to bother you, and it exhibits itself in devious ways in your adult life today. Do you understand? Claire? Do you understand, Don?
Yes.
Now I shall awaken you by counting to 5. A few moments after you have awakened, I shall rap with a pencil like this, and each of you will have a dream about the incident that I just described for you. You will tell your dreams to each other and compare their contents. Now I shall awaken you. 1, 2, 3. You're beginning to awaken more and more. 4 and 5. You're wide awake. Hello? How long have you been asleep?
Not very long.
20 minutes, say.
20 minutes. How do you feel?
Fine.
How do you feel, Don?
All right.
All right. Do you remember anything that I told you while you were asleep?
I don't.
Mm-hmm. Don, you look a little worried.
I'm
Do
not.
you feel a little anxious?
I don't think so.
How do you feel, Claire? Can you tell me, how do you feel?
Bothered or sad or nervous? I think I feel a little nervous.
You feel nervous. Why do you feel like you do?
I don't know, but I just feel terrible.
I have a definite tenseness. I mean, I feel all on edge, but I don't know what's causing it.
You're rubbing your hands, aren't you?
Yes. They're moist.
They're perspiring more than usual,
My hands are usually quite dry.
and they're damp now.
Yes.
You have no idea why you feel this way?
No. I just don't feel good. I feel like I should be doing something or I've done something or what have you. Whatever it was wrong or is wrong or will be wrong.
Is there
I don't know what to do about it.
Is there anything that you feel that you could do to relieve it?
No, not right now. I don't, if there is, and there may be, I don't know what it is.
I feel the same way that she does. I don't know what it is either.
I'd like to find out what it is.
You feel like you should go to sleep again?
No.
Probably help.
Well, what do you
I feel
think?
like I should tell somebody something, and I don't know what to say or to whom to speak.
You feel like there's some inner tension?
Yes.
Definitely with me.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know what's causing it.
No.
Well, let's see what this causes you to do. Did anything happen?
A thought passed through my mind.
It did mine, too.
Well, why don't you tell one another what your thoughts were?
Well, you know, in a carnival, maybe you've never seen them, they have these round disc affairs that continually swirl very fast, and you're thrown off of them, and you try to get back on. I was on one of these, and it was the reverse. I couldn't get off. This huge round disc would keep swirling me around and around and around. Well, there are these two men, and somehow they have long arms, but their bodies are chunky, and they're dancing around it, and dancing around and dancing around it, and they won't let me get off. They won't let me get off the disc. And I couldn't get off.
Well, that's funny. I had a thought that passed through my mind that sort of ended up with a carnival or a fair. The first part wasn't too pleasant. I was in a forest or something, and the trees were, there must have been a terrific wind because the trees were whipping just like they were just trying to close down in on me. And I started running, and then I was at this fair or carnival, and everything seemed nice, but yet it didn't seem like I should be there. It seemed wrong for me to be there. I don't know, it's funny the way those things pass through your mind. It's funny they should sort of, I mean, you should think of a carnival.
Supposed to think of a carnival.
That's very strange. Excuse me. I was running in this woods, and the trees were whipping around me, but all the same I was stopping. I was running, but every once in a while I would stop and pick up a pebble and put it in my pocket. it doesn't make sense, but I would do this. I was in a hurry to get out of there, but still I would take time to stop and pick up a pebble.
Were you collecting them?
It seemed to be certain ones I would pick up. But then I ended up at this carnival again and was having much fun, but yet I knew I shouldn't be there.
Did you take them out of your pocket?
No, I kept them in my pocket. I didn't want anyone to see them. I felt sort of ashamed that I'd picked them up because it seemed so silly. But yet I'd picked them up and stuck them in my pocket. But yet I didn't want anyone to know I was picking up pebbles because it seemed silly. It just didn't seem right for anyone to be trying to get away from something but yet stopping to pick up pebbles on the way.
Well, does this dream mean anything to you, Claire? What is your interpretation of the dream?
Well, the only thing that I can think of now is the general mood. And that's of a type of frustration. Not being able to get off this disc that kept going around so fast. You see?
You feel like you're trapped?
Well, yes, in a way, in that I couldn't get off the round disc.
You just feel like you're going around and around and around.
Yes.
Is that the feeling that you have, Don?
Well, not exactly. I mean, the latter part of the dream, I'm enjoying being where I am, but yet I have that feeling that I shouldn't be there. But I don't know, in the first part, I'm here in this forest and the trees are all sort of closing down in upon me. And I start running, and then I'm somewhere, I enjoy being there, but yet I know I shouldn't be there.
What's your interpretation of Don's dream, Claire?
Well, did it seem like did you want to take them? I don't know what it means.
Well, I seem to be compelled to pick up the pebble. That something made me stop and do it. I was trying to get away from these trees lashing around me, but yet I still took time to stop and pick up a pebble now and then.
What's your interpretation of Claire's dream, Don?
Well, she says she's spinning around. To me, that would, I don't know, it sort of signify maybe that she's in a quandary about something. But these two figures with long arms that are standing there on the outside.
No, they're dancing. They're
dancing around. Are they trying to get you, or
no, they're just
grabbing out for you?
Keep me from getting off this round disc.
That you're going around and around. There's a picture in the front of that book, an ink blot. Would you like to look at it? What do you see?
Red.
Don, what do you see?
Well, I really don't know. This one figure at the top of the page seems to... Well, I seem to connect that with myself for some reason or other, and the two black objects seem much larger than me and are closing in on me, frowning down upon me. They seem to be censoring me for something I've done, or...
These two men are crying. They're crying because they've done something bad.
But yet these two little red blots down on the bottom side seem to represent something, but I don't know just what they represent either.
They're crying. They're crying so much. They're sad and they're worried. They're crying because they've done something bad.
Are these your two little men with long arms?
those are pennies, I think. 2 pennies.
Well, that red could be the color of copper. Well, now, to me, these 2 little black blots sort of look like the pebbles that I was picking up in my dream. And I would grab them in a hurry and stick them in my pocket. I was so afraid someone was going to see me picking up pebbles and laugh at me, because people just don't go around picking up pebbles. And they were just common pebbles, too. But, I mean, I still see this top blot as myself. I seem to associate that with me. And these 2 black objects turning their back on me, as if I had done something wrong, said something I shouldn't, or...
I see all sorts of faces here. This has a long beak, and that's like a skull or something.
That's strange. You look at the outside of the blot, and I look at the inside.
The inside doesn't mean anything to me, except that it's red and has 2 eyes that shine, like some sort of fish, you know, deep down.
Uh-huh.
But these 2 eyes shine on the fish. That's what I see in the center. But on the outside, I see these. These are 2 death masks, and these are 2 something with a weird long beak on it. A weird long beak. The more I look at that, the more that becomes a red fish.
We both see these 2 red copper pennies down here at the bottom, but yet I associate the red object that she calls a fish with myself.
The pennies are being...
People turning their backs on me, and she sees faces in this. Are they happy faces or sad faces?
No, they're sad. They're worried. They don't feel good. And I don't know just exactly what this has, except that that's some sort of a handle to something.
I can see that connection in there, but I don't know what they mean. I mean, I can see where she brings in the handle. I mean, I can definitely see that in the picture. But aside from that, they're just sort of red blotches. I can't connect anything with them.
Are the hands holding on to anything?
No, there are no hands.
Are the handles attached to anything?
It just seems to be sort of lying there loose. I mean...
Yeah.
It seems to fit onto the red form.
Well, they could be looking at it and crying, but they're crying.
Yes.
They feel bad.
Yes. Well, you turn to page 525 now and look at the picture there.
He's crying, too.
What does that suggest to you, Don?
Well, the man that's standing seems to be...
He's a kind man. He's a kind man.
He seems to be, but yet the person seated, it appears to me that he's being censored for something. He's done something that he shouldn't have done.
Well, this person is kind, though.
I mean, the one that's standing sort of seems to be
like
bawling him out,
like a counselor.
but yet not in a malicious or bad way.
But he's crying because he feels so bad.
He looks quite dejected and not knowing just what to do.
He did something wrong, and he knew that he did something wrong.
Well, that's the impression I get.
Do you think it was his fault?
Yes,
yes.
I do.
Oh, it was his fault. But this man is a kind man.
He looks, I mean, as you said, like a counselor or something like that. He's censoring the one that's seated, but yet he's doing it in a kindly way.
And he has his eyes closed, this person has. As if to run away from something. To keep from thinking about something. Or telling something. Or what have you?
Well, I feel that he has done something wrong and realizes it. But yet
But he doesn't
he's
want...
ashamed of it. He's looking down. He's ashamed of what he's done. And the person standing up there is trying to find out what he's done, or is questioning him about it.
But he's not going to talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. In fact, he doesn't want to think about it because it bothers him. He wants to run away from it. And therefore he has his eyes closed.
Well, this is a friendly person. I mean, it's someone that's close to the other fellow.
But that doesn't make any difference. He
Very-
even wants to take himself away from whatever it is. He doesn't want to.
Well,
He doesn't want to tell it to himself because he's
I mean, perhaps that would be it, but actually he isn't trying to get away physically. He's sitting there, no one's restraining him. The
No,
person
but he-
standing up is a very tolerant person.
But he doesn't want it bothering him in his mind. He doesn't want it bothering him.
All right, let's close the book now. Put it aside. I'm going to call out...
Excuse me.
I'm going to call out some words, and I want you to respond with the first word that comes to mind. Don, you'll take the first word. Claire, you'll take the second, and so on. Window.
Open.
Grass.
Park.
Candy.
Stick.
Money.
Shiny.
Desk.
School.
Mother.
Kind.
Steel.
Money.
Paper.
Blow.
School.
House.
Park.
I can't think of the words.
Car.
Go.
Nail.
Hard.
Gum.
Chew.
Two.
Penny.
Flower.
Park.
Letter.
Right.
Red.
Purse.
Friend.
Mother.
Water.
Mother.
Toy.
Monkey.
Truth.
Mother.
Lie.
No.
Home.
Mother.
Worry.
Me.
Now tell me, why do you suppose you use mother so much?
I don't know. I felt like I was definitely getting into a rut, because I think for about the last 4 words there I answered mother to each one.
Why did you do that?
Well, perhaps this whole thing is connected up somewhere in there. Undoubtedly it is.
It has something to do with pennies. 2 pennies, I think.
And then there was another, I mean, steel came in there. Did you or myself bring that out? I think I did.
Any other clues?
Money came up, and steel, perhaps,
Money.
and mother was the thing that came in there more than anything on my part.
Well, I remember there's something I said that surprised me. I said the word after it.
Another thing that came in several times was park. I mean, green, grass, flower, park.
Park.
And a reference to school came in several times in different ways. Desk, school, schoolhouse.
How do you feel about these words?
They're significant.
They definitely mean something, but getting them all together into a definite picture is another thing.
What's your theory at the present time of your anxiety? Do you still feel uneasy?
I don't feel as uneasy as I did.
No, I don't.
Do you feel that there is something that's still unresolved?
Yeah,
Yes, because I
definitely.
don't know what these words mean.
They're connected, but just how?
I don't know how
I
they're
don't know.
connected.
Do you remember what you said to the ink blot test? There were 2 pennies.
There were
2 pennies.
pennies were connected there.
And there were 2 shiny eyes on the fish.
Yes.
It's 2 of something, I think.
Yes.
2 of something.
Pennies, money, steel all came in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I keep thinking there's something else.
There seems to be something that
There's
when
one
we hit
little
on that,
thing.
it's going to
that-
connect the whole thing. At least that's the way I feel about
Looking at the Rorschach, I felt there should be something else to look at. If there's something else I
Well-
wanted to name that was important to me.
it. In the picture, we had one person supposedly censoring the other one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, who was being censored, do you suppose?
Well, it's the person that undoubtedly stole money.
Does that
And
seem
that-
plausible, Claire?
Seems like it might be myself.
I see.
They used the money. Somebody used.
And in the
Pennies.
picture, the other
What were they
person, the
pennies?
person that I pictured as a tolerant person, undoubtedly must be someone's mother. How do you feel about that?
Well, that sounds all right. And mother's associated with.
Do you feel that you did something bad?
I feel as if it might have been me.
How do you feel about it, Claire?
I don't feel that I did it now. I feel as though it was something told to me that made me feel bad.
Who told you?
No, I don't feel that way at all about the whole thing.
I do. I don't feel that I did it.
But there's still something missing in the whole picture.
There's one thing. One particular thing, and I think it's very important, and I think if I could think of it, I could, the rest of it would
Now, wait a minute.
would be revealed to me. And yet I don't think I saw it in the Rorschach, nor do I think I saw it in the...
There's a connection in there we've missed, Claire. The color red has come in several times. In the Rorschach, we pointed out the 2 red pennies, not just the 2 pennies, but the 2 red pennies. And then...
and the red fish, too.
the red fish...
It could be...
And then red came in the word association test somewhere.
And he said purse. A red purse.
Now, that makes sense.
A red purse.
That does. That definitely connects somewhere.
Red purse in a green park.
Red
I
purse
don't-
in a green park.
And
like
2
20
pennies.
questions.
And 2 pennies.
Red purse, green park. And someone stole money. Well, it must have been me. I feel like it probably was. I stole some 2 pennies out of a red purse in the park. But yet, that's not all.
What did you do with the pennies?
You did something with the pennies, and I think that the pebbles that you had in your dream might be the pennies again.
They could
What do
very,
you think about that?
They could very easily be.
Of course, the
I mean, I was picking them up, and I didn't want anyone to see me picking them up as I was running because I
Well,
felt
then you-
foolish.
And you said that something about, obviously, you had taken the pennies, and you thought they were in the red purse. Is that what you said? Did you say the
No.
pennies were in the red purse?
But I think they well might have been. I think they probably were.
Well, no, you said you took the pennies in the park. That's what you said. And there's something else that's so important. It's an object.
Well, let's see what else has come into the picture now, Claire. As far starting back with those dreams we had, there was something...
I know what the round thing was. It was a penny. Only in my dream it was large. Instead of being small, as a penny is, it was a large penny.
That disc that you were going
Yes.
around and around on was a large
Yes.
penny.
But yet-
It was the basis of your problem,
Mhm.
that penny, or the disc.
Yet you connected it with a carnival or something, which is also pleasant. And my dream ended with something pleasant, too. I mean, so it would seem to me that the pennies that I found in the red purse in the park were used for something pleasant.
What was that?
Now, what else
Candy.
is in there? Candy was mentioned, wasn't it, in the word association test?
It was a candy store. Is it the candy store?
Well, how do you feel about the candy store? What happened at the candy store?
Well, I feel it has some significance, but yet it isn't exactly everything. There's something, it comes into the picture, definitely, I feel, but yet there's something more connected with it.
Yes.
There's this thing that's so important, this object, is inside the candy store.
No.
But it's not candy. Is it? It's not
Now,
candy.
what I must have done...
How do you feel about it?
But it's not candy.
You feel that it isn't candy?
No.
No, but it's in a candy store.
Well, how far are we so far? I mean, we've got to the point where I picked up a red purse in a park, and then it were 2 pennies.
2 pennies.
2 shiny coins. 2
And
pennies.
you took the pennies.
And I went to the candy
store.
But
You
what
got
happened
something
then?
at the candy store.
Well, what else has come out in these various...
Well, that's it. It hasn't come out, I don't think. I don't think it came out in the picture of the
Well,
two
wait a minute
people
now.
or in the Rorschach test.
Now, there's something else in the word association test.
Why did mother come out so frequently, do you suppose?
Because of
Well, Mother
Of the
must have
thing.
found out about it, somewhere or other.
this something that you took out of the candy store. I guess you took it out of the candy store.
No, I don't think so. Because you had money. I had money that I found in the red purse. And I took the money to the candy store. And then Mother found out something. I mean, whatever I got at the candy store, she found out about.
Well, that's what I mean. You got something at the candy store.
But I didn't take it at the candy store. I'm sure of that.
What do you mean you didn't take
I
it?
mean, I didn't steal something there.
No, you paid the pennies for it.
Yes, so I didn't
But it's
take
not
it.
candy.
No.
It's not candy.
Well, what else has come out now?
Let me interrupt at this point and ask you how you feel.
I feel better.
I feel better, and I'd feel much
But yet
better
there's still...
if I knew what it was that was in the candy store. I don't know
Something-
what it is.
Something's in the word association test, if I could just remember everything that came out of that.
Well, I'll give you a clue. Is it gum?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
It's not bubble gum, but it's long gum.
I found the purse in the park.
Yes, and what did you do with the gum?
Threw it away. No, you didn't throw it
No, I took it home.
away. I don't think
I took it home, I know I did.
you chewed it though, but you hid
No, I took it home. And my mother found it.
it. He didn't chew it. He hid it.
No, I didn't chew it. My mother found it. And she felt awfully bad about it.
And you
But
didn't.
I never
and
got
you
the
didn't
gum.
tell
She
her
took
about
the
it.
gum. That's right.
You
I
didn't
did.
tell her about it, and that's why the man in the picture had his eyes closed.
He was hanging his head in shame. I mean, he was sorry that he had done this. But I was sorry that I had done it. But at the time that I did it, I felt compelled to do it. But I knew it was wrong, and that's it. I know it is. That's it right there. Sure. Don't you feel that it is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sure it is. That's it.
What's the meaning of some of these symbols? Was there any symbol for gum?
I don't
Anywhere?
know. That's what I was trying to find. And I don't know. I can't think of anything.
I
think of
can't
anything
bring the gum in there anywhere.
Was there a symbol for the pennies?
I think the pebbles were definitely a symbol for
Yes,
the pennies.
and I know that the disc I was writing
Her
on
disc.
was a penny. And the two men were made out of pennies. Did you know that?
No.
We didn't know that.
Yes, they were made out of pennies. And they were round. They were round, and they were made out of pennies, but they were holding hands. And that's why they needed the long arms, because they had to dance around me so that I couldn't get off. But they were pennies. They were pennies.
Well, pennies came in all over the place. They came in the ink blot, in the Rorschach. The pennies came in there. And being rejected by the two black figures, the pennies came in the two shiny dots in the red figure at the top. Well, you say fish, I thought it was myself. But I can't get the gum angle in it anywhere. I can't place the gum anywhere.
I don't know where it would come in. That's why it was so hard to find.
Were there symbols for your guilt feelings?
Yes. I mean...
In the dreams?
Yes, in the dreams or your associations?
Well, in my dreams, I felt that these trees were clutching at me, trying to come down at me. In the Rorschach, I felt I was being rejected by the two black figures.
And the same thing with being on the disc. It's a matter of a type of frustration, of worry, not being able to, of being closed in, not being able to move.
Yes, that's right. Now, as these impressions came to consciousness, you could recognize them and feel right about them, couldn't you?
That's right. When I realized them, I knew they were right.
When you said gum, I knew it was gum.
I did too. I knew that was it.
And you feel now that all the tension is gone.
I feel just like I always did.
Yes. And you feel that the conflict is resolved.
Definitely.
And that you're a normal individual
Yes.
again. All right.